Hey, my dear friend, come sit down and make yourself comfortable. Let's have a little chat, just you and me. You know, at 80 years old, I've accumulated a lot of wisdom, a lot of mistakes, and a few triumphs too. And I want to share them with you so you can sidestep the traps that almost every one of us falls into after 70. I've got stories that are funny, shocking, and sometimes downright mortifying, but the lessons hidden in them are life-saving. Today, I want to talk about 5 dangerous habits you absolutely need to stop after 70, and I promise some of them might surprise you. Let's start with the first one, because it's a sneaky little menace. Ignoring balance exercises and just walking everywhere like everything's fine. Walking is wonderful, don't get me wrong, but at our age, your muscles, joints, and balance system don't have the resilience they used to. I'll tell you a story. Last winter, I was walking across my driveway, just a short stretch, nothing dramatic, and slipped on a patch of ice smaller than your teacup. Down I went, sprawling like a jellyfish, and let me tell you, it took me weeks to walk normally again. I had bruises in places I didn't know could bruise. That's when I realized balance isn't something you get automatically at 80. You have to work on it. Yoga, Tai Chi, simple standing on one leg exercises. Trust me, they all help. My knees still grumble, but at least now I can get out of bed without silently praying I don't faceplant. The second habit is something most of us think is harmless, skipping regular health checkups because we feel fine. Oh, how I wish I had listened sooner. I was that stubborn man who thought, if I feel good, why bother with a doctor? Well, my friend, feeling good is often a cruel trick. One day, I found myself out of breath just climbing the stairs. My doctor gave me that look, you know the one, and said, "Paul, your heart is warning you. Pay attention." That moment scared me more than any horror movie. These checkups aren't about finding problems you already feel. They're about catching silent threats before they bite you. Blood pressure spikes, cholesterol issues, silent heart conditions, they lurk quietly until it's too late. Don't ignore them. Trust me. Now, let's talk about habit number 3, and I promise this one's embarrassing, but oh so important. Not drinking enough water and underestimating hydration. I used to think coffee counted, and wine, and tea. Don't laugh, I was dead serious. But at our age, even mild dehydration can lead to dizziness, confusion, kidney problems, and fainting. One summer, I spent hours gardening, basking in the sun, feeling proud of my old man energy, and suddenly, the world spun like I was on a carnival ride from hell. I clung to a bush for dear life and swore I'd never underestimate water again. Keep a bottle handy, sip throughout the day, and remember, hydration is no joke at our age. Your body will thank you, or it will throw a tantrum in the form of a dizzy spell. Fourth on the list is overdoing physical activity without listening to your body. Oh, I know how tempting it is. I love walking, jogging, and trying to keep up with younger folks. But your muscles don't recover like they used to, and your joints scream if you push too hard. I remember attempting a brisk walk around my neighborhood, thinking I was invincible, and ended up with a pulled hamstring that made going to the mailbox feel like climbing Everest. It taught me a harsh lesson. Moderation is everything. Gentle stretching, resistance bands, slow walks, these keep you active without breaking you. At 80, you have to be smart, not reckless. And now, my favorite, ignoring your sleep patterns and underestimating rest. Oh, I used to brag about sleeping 3 hours and still running circles around everyone. Sleep is for the weak, I'd say with a wink. But at 80, sleep isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Lack of proper rest affects your memory, mood, heart, and immune system. Without it, you end up irritable, forgetful, and dangerously fatigued. I've learned to embrace rest fully, to to listen to my body when it whispers, "Nap time, Paul." Those naps, those quiet evenings with a book or soft music are as precious as gold. Never underestimate the power of sleep. It keeps your mind sharp and your body resilient. Oh, before we move forward, let me pause for a moment. If you're enjoying these stories, laughing at my old man antics, and learning a thing or two along the way, I'd love for you to like this video, leave a comment telling me which habit surprised you the most, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my tales from the wild, wonderful world of aging. There, I said it. You can roll your eyes now, but it's important. Moving on. Habit number 5 is one that sneaks in quietly but devastates your health. Neglecting your diet and nutritional needs. I admit it, I was guilty. I thought, I've lived 75 years. I deserve one more slice of cake. Or, a burger won't hurt. My doctor, with that patient sigh, looked me square in the eye and said, "Paul, your arteries aren't forgiving anymore." I had to face facts. Our bodies after 70 need proper nutrition, lean proteins, vegetables, healthy fats, and limited sugar. Eating right is not just about staying thin. It's about keeping your heart, joints, and brain in working order. After a near scare with high cholesterol, I overhauled my meals. My energy improved, my heart felt lighter, and I even started enjoying cooking again. A balanced diet is like giving your body a fighting chance every single day. Now, let me share a little story about these 5 habits colliding in my life. One morning, I decided to skip my usual checkup, drink only coffee, walk my usual route without warming up, stay up late because I, quote, needed to finish a book, and celebrate with a slice of cake, all at once. By noon, I was dizzy, short of breath, and contemplating whether the universe was punishing me. That was the day I truly understood the cumulative effect of ignoring these warnings. It wasn't dramatic or flashy. It was subtle, sneaky, and very real. That's why I share these lessons with you, so you don't end up in the same predicament. And you know what else sneaks in quietly? Isolation and mental stagnation. At our age, it's easy to sit alone, watch TV, or scroll endlessly on a phone thinking we're fine. But our brains need fuel, conversation, laughter, puzzles, reading, and debates. I started hosting a weekly bridge game with a few old friends, and suddenly my memory felt sharper, my mood lighter, and I even felt sprightlier on my feet. Social interaction is not optional, it's essential. Laugh with friends, tease them mercilessly, share stories, and don't be afraid to tell a joke that flops. Laughter is medicine. Speaking of laughter, let me tell you about the time I tried to impress my grandchildren with a classic old man joke. I said, "Why did the old man sit on the clock? He wanted to be on time before he ran out of it." Silence, crickets, and then my youngest granddaughter laughed so hard she fell off the couch. I felt vindicated. Laughter, my friend, keeps the heart light, the mind agile, and the soul young. Never underestimate it. All right, let's circle back to the physical side for a moment. Many of us, myself included, underestimate the subtle dangers of ignoring posture and proper movement mechanics. Hunching over, lifting incorrectly, slouching, it all adds up. At 80, I've learned that a slightly straighter back, bending from the knees, and pacing myself while lifting small weights or groceries makes a world of difference. Avoiding injuries isn't glamorous, but it's far more enjoyable than spending weeks in a cast or suffering from chronic pain. Another sneaky one is over-reliance on medications without lifestyle changes. I used to think, oh, the pills will handle it. Blood pressure, medication. Cholesterol, medication. Sugar, medication. But here's the truth. Pills are helpful, yes, but they aren't a replacement for healthy habits. Exercise, nutrition, hydration, mental stimulation, and rest complement medications and often make them more effective. The real magic is in balance. Now, I could go on, but my point is this. Our 70s, 80s, and beyond can be vibrant, joyful, and surprisingly energetic if we stop these dangerous habits. They steal your vitality quietly if you're not paying attention. Each small step, stretching, hydrating, sleeping properly, eating properly, and staying socially engaged adds years, energy, and laughter to your life. Let me tell you about a particularly scary experience I had last fall. I ignored my sleep, overexerted myself on a brisk walk, skipped a minor checkup, and ate poorly for a week straight. One evening, I nearly fainted in the kitchen while reaching for a jar on the top shelf. My heart was racing, I felt dizzy, and I realized, Paul, you've been ignoring all the signs. That was my wake-up call. I started implementing all the changes: daily balance exercises, regular checkups, proper hydration, controlled activity, sufficient rest, a balanced diet, and social interaction. Slowly, the fear faded, and life felt fuller, safer, and more joyful. Even now, at 80, I laugh every day, sometimes at myself, sometimes at the world, sometimes at my own clumsiness. But laughter, movement, connection, and self-care are the pillars that hold up my golden years, and I want you to see that too. The choice to stop dangerous habits is yours, but trust me, take it seriously. So, where were we, my dear friend? Ah, yes. After that near-fainting episode in my kitchen, I realized just how fragile things could get if we ignored the warning signs. I remember sitting on the floor, holding on to the counter for support, and thinking, Paul, you've danced too close to disaster one too many times. It wasn't dramatic fireworks or a lightning strike. It was subtle, insidious, and quietly terrifying. That's the thing about aging. The danger isn't always loud. Sometimes it creeps in wearing slippers and a cardigan, pretending to be harmless. I started taking real action. First, I tackled balance and strength exercises, seriously. You know, standing on one leg while brushing my teeth, stretching each morning, a little yoga here and there, even resistance bands when I felt ambitious. My first week, I nearly fell just reaching for the door handle, but by the second month, I could get up from a chair without grunting like an old bear. The improvement was incredible, and honestly, it felt like reclaiming a bit of my youth. I could walk without fear of tripping, climb stairs with confidence, and even dance awkwardly at my granddaughter's wedding without worry. But balance is only one part. I also became religious about health checkups. My doctor is now my favorite person. Well, after my family, of course. Blood pressure, heart monitoring, cholesterol, diabetes screenings, I didn't skip a single one. The peace of mind is priceless. I remember one appointment when my doctor smiled and said, Paul, you're improving because you're taking responsibility for your health. It felt like being congratulated for doing something basic. But at 80, basic is powerful. Hydration, my friend, became my new obsession. I bought a fancy water bottle that lights up every hour. Yes, I am that old man with glowing gadgets now, and it reminds me to sip constantly. Coffee and wine still exist in moderation, but water is king. One hot afternoon, I forgot to drink and ended up dizzy and pale. My neighbor found me leaning against the fence like a wilting sunflower, and we laughed about it later. But I learned my lesson. Never underestimate water. It's the elixir that keeps us upright, clear-headed, and surprisingly spry. Then there's moderation in physical activity, something I struggled with my entire life. I loved walking, sometimes jogging, and even a bit of light weightlifting. But pushing too hard can backfire. I had an incident where I decided to run up a hill near my house, trying to show off to a younger friend. Halfway up, my leg cramped violently, and I had to crawl down like a very slow, very tired tortoise. Embarrassing? Yes. Dangerous? Absolutely. Now I stick to moderate exercise, warm up properly, and listen to every creak my old joints send me. It's about respecting your body, not proving anything to anyone. Sleep, dear friend, became sacred. I established a bedtime ritual. Soft music, dim lights, warm tea, and a half hour of reading. No screens, no stress, no pretending I'm invincible. And the difference? Immense. My memory sharpened, mood lifted, and I wake up feeling more alive than I have in decades. At 80, quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's survival. Skimp on it, and you risk accidents, forgetfulness, and a cranky disposition that makes your cat glare at you disapprovingly. Let me tell you about a comical incident related to social interaction and mental stimulation. I started hosting a weekly bridge game with some old friends. The first session, I forgot the rules entirely, miscounted cards, and even accused someone of cheating. Meant in the gentlest, most innocent way, of course. Everyone laughed, including me, and surprisingly, that night I slept better than I had in weeks. My mind felt engaged, my spirits lifted, and I realized the importance of not isolating ourselves. Conversation, laughter, and gentle competition are as vital as any medication or supplement. And oh, food! The diet overhaul I mentioned earlier wasn't easy. My sweet tooth was relentless, and my love of fried food didn't fade with age. I had to find creative ways to eat better without feeling like I was sacrificing joy. Roasted vegetables with a dash of olive oil, lean proteins, occasional dark chocolate, and a reduced portion of cake, heartbreaking, I know, became the new normal. But the health benefits were worth it. My cholesterol stabilized, my energy improved, and I even discovered I could enjoy cooking again. It's funny, the things you resist often turn into new pleasures when you give them a chance. Around this time, I also faced the challenge of stubbornness, something I've battled my entire life. I wanted to prove I could still do everything my younger friends did, climb ladders, shovel snow, lift furniture, but my body disagreed. One winter morning, I decided to clear snow off my driveway alone. Midway through, my back gave a dramatic protest, and I ended up lying on the ground trying to appear dignified while my neighbor rushed to help. Embarrassing? Immensely. Dangerous? Absolutely. Lesson learned. Ask for help, respect limits, and don't let pride jeopardize your safety. Another sneaky trap is over-reliance on medications without lifestyle changes. I used to think pills could fix everything. High blood pressure? Pill. Cholesterol? Pill. Sugar? Pill. It's tempting, but without balance, diet, exercise, sleep, hydration, medications only do so much. The real magic happens when lifestyle complements medicine. After I integrated these habits into daily life, my doctor was pleasantly surprised. I felt more energetic, stable, and capable than I had in years. I also want to talk about emotional health, because at 80, it's as crucial as physical well-being. Losing friends, family members, or independence can be crushing. I've faced my share of grief, loneliness, and anxiety, but embracing emotional expression has been life-changing. Cry when you need to, laugh until your belly hurts, write letters to loved ones, or call that old friend you haven't spoken to in months. Emotional health is intertwined with physical health, and ignoring it is one of the quietest dangers after 70. Let me share another story. Last spring, I was feeling down, skipping meals and ignoring friends' calls. One afternoon, I went for a walk, saw a group of children playing, and joined in just for fun. They laughed, I stumbled a little, but their joy was infectious. By the end, my mood had lifted, my step felt lighter, and I realized I hadn't played like that in decades. Engagement, mental, social, emotional, isn't frivolous, it's essential. Now let's discuss technology and awareness, something people underestimate. I resisted learning smartphones, online banking, and video calls, thinking it was unnecessary. Then came a time when a doctor's appointment was scheduled online and I had to navigate video conferencing. At first, I fumbled terribly, but with persistence, I adapted. Technology keeps us connected, informed, and safer in emergencies. Avoiding it isn't cute, it's risky. And humor, my friend, never forget humor. Life after 70 is unpredictable, sometimes cruel, but also endlessly funny if you let it be. I've slipped on wet floors, confused names, burned dinner, and mixed up medications, not in a life-threatening way, thankfully, but each incident became a story, a joke, a memory that makes me laugh even on gloomy days. Humor is a survival tool as much as any exercise or diet. I remember a day last winter when I combined several dangerous habits out of sheer stubbornness, skipped breakfast, ignored hydration, walked briskly in icy weather, and stayed up reading until midnight. By 10 a.m., I was dizzy, exhausted, and near tears from frustration. That day, I made a vow, no more recklessness, no more ignorance. Life after 70 is precious, fragile, and profoundly beautiful. Treat it with respect. One subtle danger that creeps up is neglecting regular mental challenges. Crossword puzzles, chess, memory games, learning new skills, these are not trivial. I began practicing a foreign language, just a few words a day, and noticed sharper recall, quicker thinking, and even more confidence. Your brain is like a garden. If you leave it untended, weeds, forgetfulness, confusion, slow thinking take over. Cultivate it daily. And let's not ignore heart health beyond exercise and diet. Stress, anger, and unresolved grudges silently hurt your heart. I had to learn forgiveness, patience, and letting go. The first time I truly forgave someone who had wronged me decades ago, I felt a literal weight lift off my chest. Emotional well-being and heart health are intimately connected. As for safety in the home, small changes make a big difference. Non-slip rugs, grab bars in the bathroom, good lighting, and organized pathways prevent falls. I once tripped over a shoe left in the hallway, embarrassing but lucky, and after that I became obsessive about clear floors. Safety doesn't make life boring, it makes it livable, enjoyable, and confident. Hydration, sleep, nutrition, balance, mental engagement, emotional health, social connection, safety, moderation and activity, and awareness, they are the pillars. Ignore one, and the rest can falter. I've tested them all, sometimes painfully, often humorously, and now I stand here at 80, thriving in ways I never imagined at 70. Life after 70 can be a journey of joy, laughter, learning, and meaningful connections if we stop these dangerous habits. It requires humility, awareness, discipline, and a sense of humor. Yes, accidents happen, bodies age, and challenges arise, but we can navigate them with grace, wisdom, and laughter. Remember, my dear friend, it's never too late to change. I transformed my habits, lifestyle, and perspective, and I feel decades younger in spirit, mind, and body. The choice is yours, but I promise, take it seriously. Stop these 5 dangerous habits, respect your body and mind, and life will reward you with vitality, joy, and countless stories worth sharing. And if you've made it this far, laughing, nodding, or maybe even cringing at my misadventures, don't forget to like, Comment with your experiences or questions, and subscribe to hear more from this old man who's still learning how to live wisely, safely, and joyfully. Because, my friend, age may be a number, but life, good life, is measured in laughter, connection, and every mindful step we take. Now, as I sit here, sipping my tea and watching the sunset, I reflect on all the times I could have been careless, stubborn, or reckless. And yet I survived, I thrived, and I laughed through it all. That's the beauty of embracing wisdom while keeping a playful heart. Life after 70 is not about limitations, it's about intentional living. So let's stop the dangerous habits, embrace safety, nurture the mind and body, and keep laughing. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that laughter is timeless, and so is friendship, especially one like ours.